So I'm signing consent for a frozen cycle, our third IVF cycle. And I'm signing for transfer by catheter of one embryo to the womb of the partner being treated. Good stuff. Good times. So after taking a break for a few months, which has been one of the hardest things we've ever done, and not entirely by choice. I kept getting sick, picking up some yucky bugs at the hospital, and I was having some weird, really short periods, so I just didn't feel right within myself to keep going. Just needed a break, physically and also mentally, because we were just broken. So finally we're nearing the end of another year, and we've decided to go back for another cycle. After everything I went through at the beginning of the year, I have one little frozen egg that I had been saving until I felt well, until I could sleep every night, until I wasn't sick, until my hormones were good, until I was feeling better within myself. And so we finally have decided to embark on this third cycle, and I drove to the clinic today, and I was doing what normal people going through infertility that have gotten bad news do, and that is I was preparing myself for some bad news. So it was my first day for a scan and to get some bloods taken, and I thought to myself, Katrina, like, you should expect some bad news, because you know, you never go in and get good news and go, oh, everything looks fantastic, everything's perfect, spot on, things are going well, you'll be ready to go. And so I thought that I was being negative, but I prepared myself, and sure enough, I went in and they were a little bit concerned about a cyst that is coming back or that's forming on my left ovary. I've never had an endometrioma on my left side before, but now it looks like I've started to form a deep one on that left side, which was a little bit disappointing. My lining looked good and they were happy with that, but then they took my bloods and called me up and said that my LH, so my luteinizing hormone, is too high, which is something that can happen with polycystic ovaries. So I've got the endometriosis issue, endometrioma on my ovary, and then my hormones aren't right. They're out of whack. It was too high for day 12, which high luteinizing hormones, from the research I have done, and I haven't done a lot, but they can negatively impact outcomes. So women that have high LH, a high base of luteinizing hormone, have issues with ovulation. They also have issues with the implantation, and they also have issues with the conception lasting. So in other words, high LH levels are indicative or are a precursor to miscarriage. So obviously I worked so hard for that egg. I don't want to put it in unless things are perfect, but it's hard to get bad news again. It just seems constant. Like, it's just boom, boom, boom. Like, you just kind of get to a point where you just expect bad news. You don't actually believe that you're ever going to get good news, and you don't actually ever believe that anything will ever happen. And that's a normal part of the journey, and everyone's been there who has been through this, and those that haven't been through this literally have no idea what it feels like. No clue. So it's another sad end of another year, entering our 5th year now, and yeah, nothing I can do about it. That's it.